All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rome, and I have the Vivo X300 Ultra in my hand, but this is not the main focus of the video. Today, I wanted to cover MiCTS, Circle the Search, and getting Gemini to start listening again and how I have it configured on this new phone. And I just like to revisit this from time to time. And I finally, I I get it. I get the comments that I get where they say, "Hey, after you restart the phone, it says it doesn't recognize Google Assistant or Gemini anymore. Like, what's going on with that?" We're going to talk about it a little bit, so let's get into it. All right, so first things first, I hope this is showing up nice and pretty for you on camera. So let's get right into it. So if you guys have watched any of my past videos, you'll know that I use MiCTS to do a circle to search on the phone. Of course, you'll see that trigger failed right there. Fully expecting that because I don't have an assistant. One, I don't have it installed. I have Gemini installed, but I don't use Gemini for this, even though I kind of do, but I'll show you that later on. I don't have it installed. Let's get right into that. I will include a link for installing MiCTS. Actually, let's kind of go through that right now. And I'll kind of show you. I'm not going to go through the full process like I normally do. And I'll link the other videos where I do actually go through that. But normally I just go to Google, type in MiCTS APK, because we'll need the APK file. And you go to GitHub. That's the one I trust the most. So you go to GitHub and you go down. And I typically go down to, where is this section? Right here, where it's under contributors. And you'll see the MiCTS 2.6 APK. Actually, let's go ahead and install it and see what happens. Since I already have it installed, I just like to try things. I can't help it. So let's go ahead and try that. And let's just see how it behaves. Since I already have it installed, will it just, I think that it'll just go ahead and install over what I have. And let's go to open and it'll say trigger failed. Okay, fine. So that's back in place. So what we're going to do now is go to the Play Store and we're going to search, and we're going to search for Google, just a basic Google app. And I'm going to install that. And you'll notice that, like I said, I'm going to say this a few times, but if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I normally keep the Google at a glance icon up there where I can look at the weather and whatever I may have on my calendar at the time. And I use the Google search bar. All of that is missing because I don't have the app installed. That's fine. So now it is installed. We're going to go ahead and open it. And you're going to notice that a couple of things are missing and they take a while to populate for some reason. I don't know what that is. That's a Google thing. But I'm looking for something in here. So I go a level deeper and I go into Google Assistant and I'm looking for a menu. I'm looking for Gemini to pop up in here and it's not there. And I'm looking for another menu to pop up in here and they're both missing right now. So I'm going to come out of there. And what I'll do is I'll just take this time to set up my widgets. And I'm going to include timestamps in here so you guys can skip past this if you want to, if you just want to get to the point. But I'm going to go in here and do some widgets. So long press on the screen, go to app or kit. Vivo calls them kits, and you'll go to the Origin Kits menu and you'll go all the way to the bottom because we want to get to the Google widgets, and go to app widgets. And it'll pull widgets just from the apps that you have installed from the Play Store. So I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to choose this one. Going to drag and drop it. Choose what level of transparency I want. I'm going to do semi-transparent. Come out of there. And I'll go back in one more time and just, I'm doing this just to give it time to populate those menus. Hopefully it'll be populated by the time I'm done. So go down, go to app widgets again, go to Google. And I'm going to put the search bar down there this time. All right, we got that. And then we're going to add our shortcuts. While Google Pixel has this feature just built into the phone itself where it's always listening for music, I like to add the song search so I could just tap on it. And that is set. I'm going to do device so it can pull colors from the wallpaper. All right, and we're done with that. So let's go back to the app itself. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and where's that shortcut? It dropped it all the way over here on this screen. So we're going to go ahead and pull that back over here, put that into place, open it back up, and let's see if that menu has populated for us. See, now Gemini is popping up. Let's see, Google Assistant. I still don't see it in here, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and force close it. Give it a moment, and let's go back in. Settings. Let's see, Google Assistant. Go down. See, digital assistance from Google. That's what I was looking for. And it doesn't matter which one you choose in here. I'll just choose Gemini just to show you that it'll work either way. Use Gemini. Let's come back out of there. Go back into the menu. Okay, so what we want though is down here when the Google app is your Android default digital assistant, you could choose whether Gemini, blah, 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 all that good stuff. We're going to click on that little highlighted hyperlink there, and it's going to take you into the setting, and you're going to change that default digital assistant app to Google, and you're going to click OK. Now, so I use, that's another thing I kind of skipped over. You're going to need a gestures app on your phone. I use Vivid NG, Vivid Navigational Gestures. This is the app that I use to set up my gestures on my phone. Let me go back to the main screen for you guys. So there's the home screen. You're going to have to enable it and give it access to accessibility to display over your screen, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But the menu you want to get to is gestures. And this is where you're going to select what part of your screen you want to touch to do what. I have circle to search set for hold, and I have it set to MiCTS. So if I hold at the bottom of the screen, circle to search should come up. It's still getting everything in place, but so it's taking a little while right now. But as you can see, it works just fine. Let's do it one more time, just to show proof. It's taking a little while right now. Ever since this is not just only on the Vivo X300 Ultra. It happens on my X200 Ultra, which I'm using to record a certain angle of the video. It happens there as well. But circular search works really well, and it gets better and better the more you use it. But I'm going to go back into Vivid NG. And since the Vivo X300 Ultra no longer has this camera slash action, but whatever Vivo decided that they wanted to call it this time around, it's missing, it's gone. So I had to find another way, because typically I had that set to just tap that button and it'll bring Gemini up and it will start listening. But the beauty of this app is you can set multiple gestures to do different things. So I went into bottom right and I set the assistant for hold, just this basic assistant Google Assistant app right there. And what I'll do is over here, if I long press on the right, the bottom right side of the screen, it's going to ask you for access to your microphone. And now it's listening automatically. And I just want to stop talking for a second so it can. I'm listening. Listening. Yep. I know you're listening. So I just like to revisit this video from time to time. So for the people that drop comments on my past video and say, hey, when you restart the phone, I get the trigger failed message again. You have to kind of go through. The only part of this process that you have to go through again after you restart the phone is uninstalling the Google app and reinstalling, and then going in and just setting the Google app as Google Assistant as your default assistant, and then everything else will start back working again. Nothing else stops working. It's just the Google app just behaves weirdly when you restart the phone now on the Vivo X300 Ultra. I do not have the issue on my X200 Ultra. I restart that phone constantly and everything just continues to work. So I don't know what's happening here. They're both on the Chinese version. They're both, I don't know, they're both the Ultra versions of the phone, except for this one's the newer version. I don't know. It's weird. But other than that, everything works fine. You can see I'm going to do circle search one more time. And if you saw how it popped up quicker this time, it's just getting more and more familiar as I use it. And bottom right, Gemini pops up, starts listening. You can ask it, what am I looking at right now?
It looks like you've got a black bat-shaped pocket knife or some kind of folding tool with that.
Okay, so Gemini Live is in the background. Oh, let me close it. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so that works. decently well. You do have to have the object or whatever you're looking at. You have to pull up that app and so on and so forth. But what I want Gemini to do is look at my screen. So let's pull this back up and let's pull up this, okay? Long press bottom right. Gemini, what is currently on my phone screen?
I can't see your screen right now. If you
All right, real quick, I wanted to mention, since the app itself is called MiCTS, it does work better with Xiaomi devices because I believe that initially this app was created for Xiaomi devices. And I think the full name is Xiaomi, circle the search. So I have my 17 Pro Max here, my Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, not to be mistaken with the other, the other company. And I have it configured exactly the same. And what I'll do is I'll bring up Trinity Electronic. This is basically the site I order most of my phones from. And I'm going to long press, see if it'll recognize it. I may need to increase the area where I'm allowed to summarize this page. And you see how it keeps the website up
page from Trinity Electronic features the Oppo Find X9
and it starts to summarize the page. All right,
3000.
we're going to pause that and let me show you how it behaves on here. I probably need to make that area larger, but yeah. First things first, I'm going to cancel that for just for a moment so I can explain. It closed the web page, but it took a screenshot of what was on the screen before it closed that page. So one more time, I'm going to show you. Summarize this page.
This page is a product list.
So it still summarizes the page, but it closes it where it behaves more, much more smoothly on the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. So yeah, I just wanted to cut into the video really quickly and show you that it does perform much better on here than it does on the X200 Ultra because it just was not created for this phone. So yeah, circle search pops up much quicker because the app was created for Xiaomi devices. So, and which I believe I feel like I have seen something that confirms that, but I just cannot find it right now. All right. So anyway, back to the video. Okay. So yeah. So I just like, this is why I do things live because I want to show you what this thing can and can't do. I will play with it more and see if there's some permissions that it needs in the future, blah, blah, but I did just want to show you guys I have it configured right now. If there's anything specific that you guys want me to test with this and get back with you, drop a comment down below and I'll be sure to respond in a timely manner as quickly as I can. All right. I really appreciate you guys tuning into my video. Feel free to like and subscribe. It all goes a long way. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next one. All right. Later.